Hey everybody, I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Things Live. Saturday morning here in Florida, but good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are on our ball of dirt. Today I'm Oliver. What's up, Oliver? Glad to see you here. Glad you can make it, man. Um, Patrick, what's up, Patrick? Yeah, just in time, dude. One of the first ones out of the gate. Glad to see you here, Patrick. Thank you for making it, man. Thanks for showing up and contributing to the conversation. Um, I, I ran across a thing recently, conspiracy theory thing, right? And Wayne Beatty, what's up? How's it going, Wayne? Um, it, it it's about this nanotech thing, right? These this guy was on here on online talking about how they were testing blood and stuff of people and tissue, and they were finding stuff and talking about nanotechnology and all that, and the conspiracy theory there. And his point was he kept saying nanotechnology, and his thing was I wrote it down here. Strontium. He said they found a lot of strontium in people's blood and tissues. Tripwire, what's up, Trip? Glad to see you here. I'm glad you could make it, Tripwire. Um, and I'm thinking about that, and listening to this guy talk about strontium and how he goes off into the biological warfare basically being perpetrated by our government onto the people, and with Lyme disease, herpes, and all this stuff, they're just cooking this shit up. He's saying, and I do buy into that stuff. I think that stuff is government made, but his whole thing, he kept saying nanotechnology, and then he's saying we found strontium in people's blood and stuff, and that strontium is in yeast. Yeast is the big, uh, you know, spreader of strontium. And I'm the entire time I'm listening to the guy, and he's making a lot of sense. He's a clear-headed, concise, speaker. He's not some kind of whack job. But I'm thinking about this, and I don't see any evidence of nanotechnology. I think of nanotechnology, I think of tiny robots and shit. You know what I mean? Not just trace elements of tiny. Uh, okay, there's a lot of strontium in yeast, and there's a lot of strontium in people. Maybe that's because people like bread and beer. Uh, Not necessarily because it's a government thing. And not because government wants to get strontium in us. Uh, just another guy in the woods. What's up, Felix? Hey there, Felix. Glad y'all could make it. Now, if y'all have been watching me for a while, y'all know I'm all about some conspiracy theory, against the government. So I was interested in this. I wanted to believe this guy, and I'm not saying he's full of shit or anything. I'm saying, that I've got questions about this conspiracy theory here, and my point is, I think we should, question the conspiracy theories too, uh, because not everything is a government cover up. Not everything is a government psyop. Not every Some shit is just, people like bread and beer. Now I don't know how long um, we've had access to yeast, but I believe it's thousands of years that people have been eating leavened bread, you know, uh, and beer and stuff. So I can't see. I can't. It's just hard for me to see, that it's a government thing. Now it very well could be. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying the guy's full of shit. I'm just saying that it's it's not it's not really self-evident that he's on the mark. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these conspiracy theories, they just make sense, you know, and it very well could be a government, a government plot to get us to eat bread and drink beer. I don't know. In my experience, you don't need a government plot to get people to eat bread and drink beer. That shit's good. You know what I mean? The shit's good. So, now whether they're spraying more of that shit in the sky, now that's a different matter. But he did keep using the word nanotech, and we've got copper in our all kinds of elements and minerals and stuff in our system. That doesn't mean it's nanotech. You know what I mean? There's copper. They use copper to make computer circuitry and shit, and wires, power lines and stuff. So that just because we have trace amounts of copper inside us doesn't mean it's nanotechnology. Uh, I had a hard time with it, and I just think that strontium, a radioactive heavy metal, possibly. I don't know what the hell it is. Tripwire, but it's in yeast. It's in brewer's yeast. Yeah. Um, Whatever the hell it is. And sometimes, people just aren't going to do the healthiest thing for themselves. But possibly it is a government thing. Maybe the government's been trying to get people to eat yeast for thousands of years. Maybe there is some kind of deep underground cult government trying to get people to eat yeast. I don't know. Like I said, they don't really have to try, though. People like that shit. So um, that's a thing that, it's kind of just self-evident that you don't really have to try. You know what I mean? I mean, why put any effort into something that's like almost like, there's a government conspiracy to get people to breathe air. You know what I mean? It's almost to that level. Whether yeast is good for you or bad for you, I don't know. I haven't done enough research on that to tell. I'm just pointing out the fact that the government does not have to waste any time or effort getting people to drink beer, or eat bread. So it's kind of I don't know. I had a hard time buying that one. SR90. Oh yeah, Felix, nanobots are real. Yeah, no, that's real shit. Yeah, but calling everything nanotechnology, though, you know, uh, they, that's kind of misleading to me. Nanobots. Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame, and that's what I thought that the video I was watching was going to be about. They had nanotech on it and shit, but no, it was just trace elements of strontium or whatever that shit's called. Uh, Lion diet, yeah, yeah, Felix. Yeah, no government plot required to get us to drink beer. Yeah, hey, Ross, how's it going, man? Glad to see you. Uh, and that's my point there. Sometimes it seems like people are coming up with conspiracy theories, and where there aren't any needed. You know, the government allows us to drink beer because that's the truth. They allow us to drink beer, right? They're not trying to force us to drink beer. We would do that shit on our own. If they stop, then we brew the shit ourselves. You know what I mean? So yeah, if they do try to stop us from drinking beer, we'll revolt. Okay, yeah, manipulation of matter at an atomic and molecular level. Yeah, there's some kind of technology going on there, not just trace elements of copper in my or strontium or whatever, some stuff in my blood, an element that's found on Earth. to call that nanotechnology, I don't know. Where's the manipulation? Where's the manipulation of matter? I'm eating the shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm just too basic, too much of a layman to wrap my mind around it. I like meat and bread together. Yeah, like I voluntarily dump yeast in my bread every time I make bread. I make my own bread. I buy that shit and put it in my bread. If the government stopped me from buying yeast, I'd be pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, plastic is the real thing. The plastic that concerns me more than anything else, Patrick, is all the plastic in our bodies, the microplastics and shit. Yeah, good morning, Patrick. Welcome to the show. Glad you could make it. Yeah, the drug problem. Yep. Yeah, we had a few years ago. We had a zombie eating somebody's face under an overpass down here in Florida. Ah, got stuck. Oh, it sucks being 58. All right, Muskogee. Oh, okay. Single atoms via IBM technologies. That would be cool. Yeah, Felix. Another Patrick. Hey, Patrick. Patrick KC. What's up? Oh no, that was the. I already said hi to you, Patrick. Okay, the first, Patrick Bastionson was the other Patrick I was saying hi to. Get confused with all these names on here. Yeah, we are the conspiracy, Muskogee. Um, and I'm not saying that this guy's full of shit. I just have questions. Some of this stuff that we hear, these conspiracy theories, it's fun to go down the rabbit hole and try to figure this shit out. Try to pretend like we're Sherlock Holmes and stuff. That it's fun. It's a pastime for some people. It's enjoyable. It's a good way to spend some time to relax. Go down these rabbit holes and explore some stuff. But we need to question them too. These conspiracy theories, just like we question the government, and apply some actual logic and common sense to them. And actually try to figure this shit out instead of just buying all into one conspiracy theory or the other. And anybody who doesn't believe in that conspiracy theory is a dupe or a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I see that a lot. People that are awake, right? Because they think that whatever. Oh, here's a good example. Elon Musk is a CIA agent or something, straight up, just a straight up, yeah, Fed, what do you call that? I don't know, a federal agent or whatever. Uh, uh, and I've said stuff about Elon Musk, and then had people come in the comments and tell me that I'm basically asleep because I don't know for a fact that Elon Musk is a federal operative. Uh, Nobody knows whether Elon Musk is a federal operative except for Elon Musk. None of us know. Do I have my suspicions about the dude? Yeah. But to be perfectly honest, I don't know if the dude exists. That's just 100% honesty. I don't know that the dude exists. All I know is what I've seen, dots on a screen flickering at me, and sound waves coming out of a micro or out of a speaker. So I know what the TV and the internet has told me, but do I know for a fact that Elon Musk is a federal agent of some kind? No, I don't. But anybody, if the people on that side and say Elon Musk is 100% a federal agent, and anybody who doesn't believe that is ignorant and stupid and just a dupe. That's the same paradigm thing as the Republican Democrat. You're on one side of the fence or the other. There's no, trying to keep an open mind and trying to figure shit out, right? You either believe what I believe or you're an idiot. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that kind of shit. Um, that's got to change. If anything is going to change in this world, that's got to change. You know, the Democrat versus Republican, dupes versus, uh, awake people who are awake. All this shit. Yeah, I'd love to believe that I'm awake, but I keep learning more and more shit. And the thing I learn the most every day is just how asleep and ignorant I am. So yeah, no, I don't know that Elon Musk is a federal agent. I don't know that he's not a federal agent. I don't know if anything that comes out of his mouth is the truth. I don't know. I don't know. All I can do is hope for the best. Yeah, we level up, Patrick. Yeah. Yeah, that's well said, Patrick. Yeah, we level up. No, I haven't heard that one, Muskogee. Dave Pilatus and the missing people at national parks. I haven't heard about that one. Rocker, what's up? There he is. Yeah, I like the flat earthers too, dude. And that's the thing, I believe that the earth is a sphere. So all flat earthers are dupes and they're wrong and they're just 100% wrong and they suck and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't believe what I believe. No, that's just not, it's just not true. I don't know for a fact whether the earth is, shaped like a diamond or, I don't know because I've never been off of it to look down and see for myself. I'm pretty damn sure, but I don't know. So I don't fault anybody for coming up with conspiracy theories and having fun, trying to figure out whether the earth is flat or not, trying to disprove the fact that the earth is round or a sphere. So, yeah. Oh, Deliverance. Yeah, Felix. That banjo music, dude. Have y'all seen that? They had it back. I think it was a commercial in the 90s when those guys were driving a Toyota truck and they were camping and shit. And them guys from the city came out and it's a Toyota commercial and they start throwing their tents up and shit. And they hear that banjo music start playing from somewhere off in the woods and they look at each other like they start throwing all that shit back in the truck and they drive off. That's one of the most hilarious commercials I've ever seen, dude. Yeah. Agent Smith. Yeah. Yeah, Trip. Yeah, Elon Musk could be a fembot. Yeah. And I don't know about Elon. He's said a lot of good stuff, that I agree with. And he's said and done a lot of shit that I just wholeheartedly disagree with. So where is he in the mix? You know what I mean? I don't know. He could be 100% a federal agent android for all. He's not even human for all I know. I don't know. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I'm just honest with myself. I don't know. Somebody, yeah, you don't know that Elon Musk is a federal agent? No, I don't. I don't. I don't know that. I don't know that he's not a federal agent. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there in the room when he was signing his federal agent sign up papers with the CIA. I wasn't there. And even if I saw video of that, it could be faked. So how the hell do we know? So the people who are saying that, Elon Musk is 100% FBI, CIA insurgent and all this shit. Well, yeah, no, not 100% because you don't know. You weren't there. That's but he could be. It could be all a big psyop. His whole thing he could be 100% psyop. I'm not saying that he's a good guy or anything. He wants to put chips in people's brains, and he wants to mass market humanoid robots. So no, I don't agree with the shit he does. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, but why he's doing it is the question. Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, who knows what's real? Honestly, the only thing that I know that it's real is the shit that I see in real life, in my everyday life that I come in contact with. All this shit that I see online, I don't know. I hear shit online, and it's interesting, but I have to apply my own common sense brain to it. And, does this make sense? Is the government forcing me to eat bread or drink beer? Or do I just like bread and beer? I got to think about that. I mean, in my personal life, my opinion, I like bread and beer. If the government took that away, I'd be pissed. I would be. I'd be mad. I'd be angry. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't. It's not really forced on me personally. Now, does that completely mean that the government doesn't want us eating bread and drinking beer so they can nanotechnology us to death? No, that's not what that means. They could very well be doing that. Uh, but the strontium inside us uh, from the yeast does not necessarily 100% mean that it's a government conspiracy psyop either. Yeah, exactly. Just another guy in the woods. We don't know if Elon Musk is real. I've never seen him in real life, never shaken the dude's hand. I don't know. All that shit could be AI generated for all I know. Oh yeah, Felix. Yeah, go the other direction if you hear a banjo. Yeah, political party derangement. And it's a lot of that. You see that in a lot of different ways, Rocker. Science. You either buy into science, whatever science is saying in the moment, 100%, or you're the bad guy, right? And if you or on the other side, you either reject science and everything science says, or you're a dupe, you're a moron, you're a sucker, you're a sheep. Yeah, that kind of thinking, one side or the other, 100% on one side of the fence or the other. I just disagree with that line of thinking. We need to start talking about shit, discussing shit, and trying to find the truth amongst ourselves with collective common sense, collective intelligence, collective uh, brain power. Hey, Melody, glad to see you here, Melody. Yeah, staying up past my bedtime. I know the feeling, Melody. Yeah, it's not. I don't do my best work past my bedtime. Let's put it that way. Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, yeah. He got a purty mouth, boy. Squeal like a pig. Yeah. Okay, Felix. Is that true? Now, yes, I tend to believe it's true. That whole thing. I haven't really talked about that, but I've got a lot of questions about the whole Charlie Kirk thing with his and what his wife, how his wife acted afterward. Um, yeah, I've got a lot of questions about that. Uh, but and we see that kind of stuff online. Uh, CIA training video was found on with her in it at 23. Now, is that true? Was a CIA video found on her or with her in it? Was that true? I don't know. Yeah, it's been reported. I didn't see the video. I, you know, I would have, for me to 100% believe that, I couldn't even, not, I wouldn't even believe the video, honestly. And maybe this is a fault of mine. Maybe I'm too, uh, maybe I'm too cynical, too jaded to believe. Maybe I don't believe enough. but I would have had to been in the room with her while that video was being filmed. I couldn't just watch the video and say, "Oh yeah, that you know." Uh, now I would be more inclined. I would go from 70% to believing it to 90 if I saw the video, but still, I'd have some doubts. Uh, but yeah, I've got a lot of questions about her actions afterward and all that shit that went on after her, Felix, after he died. Yeah, something's fishy about that shit, Felix. Yeah. 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 Yeah, Lake. If Elon Musk doesn't join Gen X thinks, then he's not real. Yeah, he's a Gen Xer. He should be here. You hate beer and bread? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, you're not consuming the nanotechnology like the government wants you to, Melody. So you're probably safe. Safer than the rest of us anyway. Yeah, 16 kids. But when you have, $800 billion, that's not a big thing. You just tell your guy to go get your kids some shit, you know, bring me the receipt so I can read what you got them, so I can, at least know what they got for Christmas. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there, Tripwire. 90% of everything is a psyop, including the psyops. You know what I'm saying? Even the conspiracy theories are psyops. I think a lot of them. That's like the double spy or whatever, a spy pretending to be a spy, pretending to be a spy for someone else. Yeah, I think a lot of these conspiracy theories are psyops to keep us confused, to keep the real the real information from getting out, because all these conspiracy theories make everybody look crazy, right? So, yeah, I tend to lean in that direction. That damn near everything's a psyop. No, all right, Melody. Yeah, yeah, fill a swimming pool up with beer. That would be pretty awesome, though. Yeah, 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 Roz. Yeah, that dude. I have real questions about his actual existence as a human being. Yeah, that's the one that I really question. Is old Mark. Yeah, I'll be surprised if he's a real human. I would honestly be surprised. Yeah, Bucky, what's up, Duck B? There he is. Now we can get the conversation started. Yeah. Oh, you saw her in the training video, Felix? Okay. All right. Yeah, now that it wouldn't surprise me a bit from what I saw. Now, I had doubts about that, about her and her actions afterward before I ever heard that she was in a video, which I just heard from you just now, Felix. So, yeah, I had doubts way before that. So that just hearing this now just increases my doubts about her. What can an old woman do when the shit hits the fan? Uh, Lock and load. Yeah. Keep your powder dry. Keep your powder dry, and your beans, keep them dry. Yep. And when it happens, yeah, make sure that you're proficient with your preferred means of self-defense, and have an evacuation plan. Some guys have no subtlety when it comes to Easter eggs. Are you talking about me or Mark Zuckerberg? Oh yeah, yeah, I would too. I don't. I want to move more north than I am now, but not that far north. No. Yeah, X-Files and Land of the Lost, Muskogee. Yeah, muddying the water, Felix. That's a great way to put it. That's exactly what I believe they're doing. I believe a lot of these conspiracy theories are government psyops just to muddy the waters. Yeah. The nearest interdimensional portal. Yeah, you had to throw that one at me, Muskogee. Make me sound like I can't even speak the English language. The nearest interdimensional portal. Uh, I think it's in the Vegas system. I think you just got to skip on over there. Yeah, invent a hyperdrive, Muskogee. We can do that. We can invent a hyperdrive. Yeah, yeah, it does, Melody. Yeah, it does feel like campfire. Yep, I agree. Brad Davis, what's up, Brad? Con from the Big King. Yeah, that's possible, dude. Yeah, 100% possible. Yeah, They Live, Muskogee Land. Yep. Like that, They Live was a documentary. Every every state that you seen up there looks like it sucks worse than Wisconsin. Yo, Rowdy Roddy. Yeah, yeah, I love the South too. It's just a little too damn hot in the summer here in Florida. I'd like to get a little bit north, but still stay in the South, you know? Yeah, yeah, there you go. Adrenochrome. I think that's one of the ones I think might have some legitimacy to it. It just sounds so crazy that people push it aside. And that's why I think all the other conspiracy theories are put out there. Not all of them, but some of the other conspiracy theories are put out there to make the ones like the adrenochrome thing sound crazy as shit, right? And so anybody who believes in any conspiracy theory, flat Earth, adrenochrome, whatever, you're all nuts. I don't, if I'm polite, I might listen to you and waste my time, but I can't wait to get the hell away from this shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Yeah, they just had Zuckerberg up in front of Congress or the Senate, whatever, a few months ago, sometime last year, because they were accusing Facebook of being a monopoly and shit. And they wagged their finger at him a little bit and talked tough to him. And that was it. He went and bought another small company, scooped up another small company on his way out the door. Yeah, they're so full of shit. No, big green egg than man at this point. Yeah, Roz, I agree. January, Armored Ghost. What's up, Armored Ghost? How's it going, man? January, the most boring month? Not for me. Not for me. Not here. In it's my favorite month actually. It flies by too damn fast. I blink and January is gone, dude, and it's getting hot already again. August is the most boring month. August lasts forever down here in Florida. I mean, you wake up, it's August 1st, you work for 3 miserable weeks, dude, and then you wake up and it's August 2nd. You know what I'm saying? It's miserable, dude, and boring. It's too damn hot to go outside. Dude, you go outside for 30 seconds and you're just pouring sweat. Your boots are filled up with sweat. You got to run back inside and cool off. Yeah. Yeah. August is the most boring, miserable, longest month in Florida, in my opinion. Work on coloring books. Don't eat the green crayons, Muskogee. It's different with the snow. You eat the yellow crayons, not the yellow snow. I've heard that about Wisconsin. I've heard Wisconsin's a nice damn place, dude. I'm not up on the Wisconsin politics, so I don't know how your politics are. Yeah, yeah, snow and ice are bad for driving. That's for damn sure, Armored. I can't argue with that. Yeah, the southern hemisphere is as deep south as you can get. You're right about that, Wayne. Y'all down there are deep, deep south. Yeah. Nash Vegas. You have four seasons. Yeah, no, we don't have four seasons here. Well, fall and spring, we've got like fall one afternoon in November or December, depending on, which year it is, because it fall kind of moves around, but it's like 3 hours in the afternoon. And then spring is like 3 hours in the morning in May. Uh, or no, not actually May, March. Yeah, peace before the storm. January sucks ass, Muskogee. I love January here in Florida. It's the only month that's normally dry and cool. All the other months are hot and wet. Even December. I'm at 85 degrees on Christmas Day. Yeah, no, I don't like that shit. Yeah, yeah, Patrick. And if the Earth was flat, dude, I mean, we've all seen like a police helicopter off in the distance, shining a light down, shining a spotlight down. You can see the light from 2 or 3 miles away, 10 miles, whatever it is, long way away. You can see the spotlight, as they're looking for a criminal or something. Okay. If the earth was flat and the sun was a spotlight shining on China, I could get up on my roof and go, I wouldn't even have to get up on my roof, but I could stand on my roof and look over and see the sun shining on China. Uh, that kind of stuff. It's to me, those are the kind of things that keep me from, buying into the whole flat earth thing. So pretty obvious things. Now, but I don't get up here and harp on that stuff because people want to investigate flat earth and look into the things, and that's fun, and I don't want to shit on anybody's parade. If you like doing the flat earth thing, go ahead. If you like whatever your conspiracy theory is, go ahead. But that's how we just need to have a more open mind when it comes to other people that don't want to believe in your conspiracy theory. And that's my opinion. You know, um, I don't look down on flat earthers because I don't believe the earth is flat. I don't look down on people who think that um, the yeast is nanotechnology. Uh, I just think that we had yeast for thousands of years. So why would they need to make it into nanotechnology now? All they had to do is let us continue on eating yeast. So I don't believe that's a government. I don't at this point right now. Maybe I'm just don't have enough information, but at this point right now, I just don't believe that yeast is a government invention. Yeah, yeah, planting season in Florida. Yeah, Hayseed Appreciation Month. Yeah, you're right about that. Anybody else's screen go black? Oh, anybody else from Ohio? I think from what I understand, um, Ohio is like New York and any other state really, because um, most other states anyway. Uh, they've got some really bad areas where you don't want to live. Uh, Remember the whole thing in Ohio Melody where the Haitians, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the pets. Yeah. So Ohio, parts of Ohio are overrun with Haitian immigrants, and they were killing and eating people's cats and dogs and shit right there on the sidewalk, skinning them right there on the sidewalk. That's Ohio. Some places. So, but you can say the same shit about New York, but upstate New York, in the country, New York is awesome. You know what I mean? Same with California. California's got some of the best people and the most beautiful country on the planet, but they don't get the media coverage. All the nutbags in San Francisco get the media coverage. You know what I'm saying? So you can't sit here and say Ohio's full of nutbags and it's a shitty state, because Ohio's full of great people and it's a beautiful, wonderful state. It's just that, Haitians eating the cats is what gets the media coverage. So you got to pick where you're going to go in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? October is best in Vegas, Felix. All right. Adult Video Awards. Yeah. Prepping has gotten interesting. Oh, okay. When she saw your spare room. Yeah. Yeah. Arizona's hot. Yeah. Arizona's hotter than Florida. It's just that Florida is more humid, a lot more humid. Jared, what's up? Jared McCoy. Glad to see you here, buddy. We're talking about conspiracy theories, psyops, uh, psyops, conspiracy theories that are psyops, whether Mark Zuckerberg is a real human being, whether Elon Musk actually exists, and if he does, is he a CIA agent? That kind of shit. So, yeah. Just your normal Gen X shit, dude. just, just your everyday Gen X conversation. Jared, yeah. What do you think about old Elon and Mark Zuckerberg? Oliver North. Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, the bread would be flat without yeast. Now, I don't know if you all heard me talk about it, but Indian fry bread is really damn good. That's my favorite bread. I need to learn how to make it, but I had it when I was a kid. Arnis, what's up, Arnis? Glad to see you here, dude. Welcome to the conversation. Oh, okay. Yeah, if things go sideways, that's where I'm at, Ross. If shit goes sideways, I just want to be ready. Barry Seal is your dad? Awesome. I don't know who Barry Seal is. Is that somebody famous, or are you just telling us your dad's name? He sounds like a good guy. Yeah, yeah, Armored, you're right. San Francisco used to be paved with gold. Now it's paved with something brown. Yeah, and odiferous. Yeah. Well, it depends on where you go, Melody. You got to pick a good spot in Ohio. You can't just pick a place because buy a house in Ohio because you can afford it without you could end up in a really bad spot. Yeah, there's wackos everywhere. Yep. All right, Arnis, Grandpa Arnis. Oh, I'm happy for you, man. That's great, dude. Glad to hear it. Do I prefer a dry heat? Hell yeah. I've lived in Arizona and I've lived in Florida. I'd much rather take 110 degrees in Arizona than 97 in Florida. 97 in humidity will kill you a lot quicker than 110. You know what I mean? And it just you can't it's hard to explain if you don't, if you haven't lived in it. But yeah, humidity is just miserable. If hell is humid. To if the devil wants you to suffer, hell is humid. Yeah, not just hot. Eating the birds was 2 years ago. Okay, Melody. Hell yeah, Jared. All right, welcome to the club, dude. Yeah, we have some good conversations here. We'll talk. Sometimes we'll talk about nostalgia. You know, just how great the '70s and '80s was. Sometimes we'll talk about conspiracy theories. Sometimes we talk about politics. Just whatever, dude. You know, but it's always a great conversation. We never run out of shit to talk about. The CEO alien. I don't know. I haven't seen that one, Muskogee. Emma Stone being a CEO alien that gets kidnapped. I haven't seen that one. Yeah, stop voting for these morons. That might be a good way to start our prepping. Yeah. Yeah, it would be. Good idea. Lake. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably yeah. Uh Brad, that's probably what they're doing exactly, dude. Southeast Texas. Well, it's going to be a culture shock, Melody, going from Southeast Texas up to Ohio, no matter what. Oh, yeah, there you go, Rocker. Don't go to Cleveland. Rough spots in Cincinnati. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'd take it wherever you go. I don't care where you went. I'd bring that, Melody. Yeah. Wind chill effect is the devil. Yeah, that'll piss you off when the wind chill, when it's real cold and there's a wind chill, it makes your nose hurt, your face just like getting hit in the face with a wiffle ball bat, dude. That shit hurts. It'll make you mad. Yeah. I lived up in Washington, eastern Washington in the Yakima Valley, well, central Washington more, but where it's dry and cold. Yeah, that shit'll make you so mad. Like the heat down here, you know. That's how our summers are down here in Florida. It's just so hot and miserable when when it's 85 degrees and 100% humidity at 6 o'clock in the morning when you're walking to work, walking to your van, just from your door to your van, and you're already got a sheen of sweat on you, just going from the house to your van, and you're already wet. Uh, yeah, that should have pissed you off, dude. Yeah, Trip. Well, that's true. It's what you make of it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's good spots in Ohio, Oliver. Okay, that's I believe that. Corn Belt folks, yeah. There's good spots everywhere and bad spots everywhere. If I moved anywhere, I'd want to make sure, that I I was moving in an area with some good folks, that had sense, and I wouldn't want to, I just want some better people around me. Yeah. Yeah, Arnis, you get two choices, and neither have the best interests of our country at their at their heart. Yeah, exactly, Arnis. They're propping up two puppets, you know, and then smear one in shit. And which one are you going to pick? Well, I'm going to pick the least shitty one. And that's your only option. Those are your only choices. Uh, and we're that it's the illusion of choice. It's the illusion of freedom. I'm given the illusion. I think I'm a free. a free human being because I get to elect. Not, and even when it's not necessarily that, even at the lower levels of legislators and stuff, one candidate can be homegrown and want to do the best for their country or whatever, their constituents. Excuse me. But she doesn't have the financial backing of the scumbag. Now, the scumbag is working directly for a corporation, has millions of dollars to throw into advertising and shit, banners and flyers and bumper stickers and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the poor one that actually wants to help their country, nobody even knows who the hell they are. So everybody votes for the scumbag, the sellout, the poser, because they don't even know who the other person is, the real gal who's putting her shit on the line and doing her best that she can for her country and her town or whatever, her constituents, her she doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell, because she's not running against another human being. She's running against Pfizer and Moderna and Coca-Cola, and that's who she's running against. So yeah, it's all rigged. Swamp ass. Yeah, Felix. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yep. You hit the nail on the head there, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Something different can be a good thing. Yep. Yep. As long as you take a little bit of time and do some research, and pick a good spot, because there are not just good, wonderful spots in Ohio and wonderful people, but it's easy to end up in a bad spot surrounded by dipshits. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, it's not all city rocker. Yeah, see, yeah, yeah. Too poor to be free, Patrick. Yeah, yep. Coordinated non-use of materials. Yeah, Bucky. And we got to the only vote. Think about this. I honestly I wish I could get everyone on the planet to think about this. The only vote that we cast that makes any difference is in the world is the vote with our dollar, the shit we purchase. That's it. If all of us common people come together, and if enough of us common people came together, we could shut down Facebook or Apple or Microsoft or Del Monte or Pfizer. We could shut them down, collapse them. They'd be forgotten in 6 months. They would not exist anymore if we chose to. If we did not want Pfizer to exist, they wouldn't exist. They exist because we allow them to exist. And they take our money that we give to them, and they fund scumbag politicians to destroy our lives and enslave us with debt and taxes. So, we got to look in the mirror. I mean, come on. We got to look in the mirror. If we're going to be honest, we're going to be real. We're going to stop screwing around and playing games and, pointing the finger and blaming everybody else. If we're going to stop that shit, then we got to start voting with our dollar and stop giving these huge monopolies all of our money. Maybe I don't need that new car to, because my neighbor got one. Maybe I don't need that new iPhone. Maybe I don't need that newest, hottest gizmo, Chinese bullshit crap. Maybe I don't need that shit. Uh, so, and along with that, we go to the doctor, and the doctor tells us to take a pill, and we support Pfizer and all this shit instead of taking, because it's convenient, it's easy, instead of asking the doctor and arguing with the doctor and finding out whether or not you really need the pill. What does the pill do? What are the side effects of the pill? What are the consequences if I don't take the pill? These things take effort. It's not convenient to know the truth, to search for the truth. It's inconvenient. Just that asshole had that tagline, "Inconvenient truth." Okay, that was all bullshit, and he made billions of dollars off of it. But that tagline of his hits the mark. The truth is inconvenient. Now, all of his shit he said was lies. Of course, the world didn't end in 2010, due to climate change. It just didn't happen. Or 2019, when he when he kicked the can down the road, it didn't end then either. It's not going to end in 2029 or 39, but he made his money and he vanished. But yeah, the truth is inconvenient. That's the only true thing that came out of his damn mouth. You want to give you a plan? Yeah. Stop supporting these huge corporations. There's an app you can get on your phone. I talked about it before, but I'll find it and I'll put the link in my thing. But there's an app you can put on your phone now where you scan the barcode and it'll tell you the huge corporation you're supporting. Buyer. It's BUY''R. And it'll tell you, yep, nope, this is family owned. This is a single owner. No, this is a huge conglomerate. No, this is actually owned by an investment firm, a huge global investment firm. That's who you're actually giving your money to when you buy Tom's ultra natural, toothpaste and shit. You don't know that some huge monopoly bought Tom's out 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Tom's hasn't been a small, family-owned organic establishment for decades now. So yeah, that's the kind of shit we need to do, and stop supporting these sons of bitches. Yeah, okay, Rocker, there we go. It happened with Bud Light. Exactly. That's the kind of power I'm talking about that we have. But the power that they have is that now, well, the last time I checked, what was it? Michelob Ultra was the number one beer in America now, but Anheuser-Busch owns Michelob Ultra too. So Anheuser-Busch owns Michelob Ultra and Bud Light. So we're just switching the avenue that we're giving them our money. You didn't do shit by buying a Michelob Ultra instead of a Bud Light. You supported the same sons of bitches, the same rotten sons of bitches who pulled that shit and are undercutting our democracy, our political infrastructure with lobbying and purchasing politicians and all this shit. We're still supporting these huge corporations. Yeah, don't make yourself make me a target. Well, that's just common sense. Vote with your dollar. Yeah, if I have 1 million subscribers one day, or 10 million or something, and I'm still talking this shit, I'll have bodyguards or something. I'll be up here in a bulletproof vest. You know what I mean? But if I have 10 million subscribers one day and I stop saying this kind of stuff, y'all know I sold out. Yeah, I sold out. Oh no, Moderna and Pfizer and Anheuser-Busch are our buddies. You need to vote for, whoever it is by then. You need to go out and cast your vote for so and so. Yeah, yeah. they sure. If I tried to run and if I had any kind of success, you know what I'm saying? Tripwire, I'd all of a sudden I'd get suicidal. They'd find me in a Walmart parking lot, and I plug myself 3 times in the chest. You know what I'm saying? Why is it they all these suicide, they always shoot themselves multiple times when it's just an average suicide, it only takes one. You know what I mean? But when it's like a Boeing whistleblower, it takes him 3 shots. Why is it? Why is that? Why are these Boeing whistleblowers and these political things? Why are they so tough? Why are they so hard to kill? Where they've got to take multiple gunshots to do the deed themselves, you know. And not only that, the pain and the toughness, you know. Boom! Oh, that hurt, but it didn't work. I got to do it again. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And people fall for this shit. People, oh man, we have to truly wake up, and not wake up to the point where, oh, I'm awake and Tripwire's an idiot because he doesn't believe what I believe. You know, I know that Elon Musk is a CIA informant and a government, you know, whatever. So Tripwire doesn't know that for a fact like I do. Tripwire is a sheep. Come on now. None of us know that shit except Elon Musk. If Elon Musk exists, if Elon Musk is a real human entity on this planet, only he knows, right? Felix, thanks, Felix. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, dude. Yeah. Thank you, Felix. Yeah. But yeah, that we got to stop supporting these scumbags. I mean, honestly, we've got to stop a little bit at a time. You know, I know it's hard, it's difficult financially to go to the store and buy nothing but small mom and pop grown stuff, you know, from whatever little chicken farm. It's difficult to do that because it's more expensive. But if you just buy one thing, buy your normal shit, but take one item that you normally buy and change it, and don't buy Nabisco, buy some other brand that's owner operated, okay? And just start slowly like that. Incorporate that into your shopping plan. Don't buy if you change $1 over or $3 from, you know, and say that thing is $2 more expensive. It's something. If enough of us do it, that $2, okay, will go to smaller businesses instead of these huge corporations. And if there's 10 million of us or 100 million of us doing it, that adds up to a lot. And that's $100 million or $200 million that can't go into campaign contributions and lobbying. You understand what I'm saying? We're taking it away from them. No, you're not sending my money to, you know, to Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer or whoever. So yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll go fishing, Roz. Yeah, me too, Bucky. Yeah, when these monopolies realized that they went too far, they pissed us off. And now there's a reckoning. Yep, they don't get our money anymore. Exactly. I apologize, Melody, but it's the only time I have to do my show. So I'm an early bird. Yeah, I got to do it before I go to work. Yeah, yeah, Arnis. Yeah, that's true, dude. Lizard people don't die from just one shot. Yeah. Oh, all right, Melody. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Anoces, Jared? What's anoces? I'm not familiar with that word. Yeah, chaos magic. And there's something I haven't delved into all that kind of stuff a whole lot, Felix, but there's something there's something could be there with that whole magic thing with the words, right? Words and language and how that came from the tradition of magic and stuff. There's something there, and something in psychology with uh, ties into that with propaganda and brainwashing, mass psychology. Yeah, I believe that those things tie together. Yeah, Elon Musk is Gen X, Jared. Yep, you're right. The destiny of America. Okay, Felix. Yeah, yeah, charged us fake money to kill us. Yeah, Brad. Mom and pop in Ohio. Every grocery store, not necessarily mom and pop, but I don't know where your specific location or whatever in Ohio, you know what I mean? But every grocery store carries um, like small business owned stuff or at least single owner businesses. All right. They're little tiny sections on the shelf. All the other stuff has that has prominent view on the shelves is is mass huge corporate money shit. You know what I'm saying? You've got to look and search. It's harder to find. It takes more time. It's inconvenient to find stuff that's made by smaller companies, family-owned businesses, single owner businesses, stuff like that. I'm not necessarily talking about mom and pop. It might be $1 million business, but it's just a single owner. You know this, and they've been in business for generations, and it's been owned by a family. We don't even recognize those brands. But if you get that buyer app, you'll be able to tell. Okay, well, single owner business right there, family owned business. I'm going to get this shit. I'm going to try it. If it's good, I'll keep buying it. If it's not, but then you can go to your farmers markets and your local butcher shop, and that kind of stuff, and support your local community is even better instead of supporting some big business that gets their stuff on store shelves. Go to the farmers market and buy stuff there. That's even better. So yeah, there are different levels to that stuff. But I was just saying that you don't necessarily have to go to the farmers market and all that stuff to start doing good, to start voting with your dollar. You can just be a little more selective in the grocery store and not give it to these huge corporations. Give it to smaller, single person owned or single family owned corporations. Smaller, they're multi-million dollar businesses, but at least they're not in that big umbrella of monopoly, you know. So, and they employ real people. Yeah, we got to start supporting businesses like that. Yep. Yeah, there are Melody, Real Eggs and Food. Yeah, there are farmers markets, um, and butcher shops and shit like that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's one giant scam. Yeah. It's even more of a scam than you actually think because yeah, there's a big Amish community from what I understand in Ohio, right? And that's a good place to buy everything from the Amish, everything you can afford to buy from them. That's straight up a good way to spend your money. They help their community. They help those people, but not the Ohio Amish probably, but they help those people in North Carolina after Hurricane Helene, built those people homes, supporting, giving the Amish your money. That's a great way to go. Yeah, but and they sell good, healthy food. And we can talk about the Amish and their percentages of autism, the percentages of diabetes, and all this stuff. Look that up. You want to be interested? Look up their statistics for that kind of stuff. And they don't take pharmaceuticals like we do. They don't eat all this processed shit like we do. They don't eat seed oils like we do. But they're, 10 times healthier than we are as a population. Yeah. So, yep. Not only by supporting stuff like that, not only are you doing your country and Western civilization a service by voting with your dollar, you're doing yourself a service by eating healthier and having more money. Because if you don't run right out there and buy the hottest new iPhone 18 or whatever, you know what I mean? You'll have more money in your pocket. If you don't trade your car in next year and get the hottest new, Ford F-150 or whatever, you'll have more money in your pocket. So yeah, we got to start thinking like this and living like this and supporting each other. Somalian grocery stores. They have the best pork chops. All right, Arnis. Oh yeah. The elites probably shop at the Somalian daycare centers. Is where they get their adrenochrome, right? Okay. All right. Well, you pick any state, Melody. Ohio is just like any other state that's good and bad. Yeah, it's just that they've had a couple things in Ohio that splashed across the media that make Ohio look like shit. And there's crazy people in Ohio. Yeah, just like every other state. You just got to end up in a good part of Ohio, not a bad part. Yeah, rural areas, like Ross says. Yeah, easy, Texas. Oh, muskie and pike fishing in Ohio, Arnis. All right. Yeah, right. Yeah, buy steaks from a guy named Craig in a flannel shirt. Yeah. Yep. No, if that's yeah, I'm saying if you have an Amish community close at hand, anybody who's not a monopoly, you know what I mean? A big multi-billion-dollar monopoly, buy it from anybody. Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather buy it from a guy who just killed his cow on his own, than buy it from some huge corporation. Oh, okay, Melody. He doesn't like rural areas. Well, that's where there would be a little conflict there. That I don't know, Lake, whether they pay taxes or not. I would I would think that they are supposed to, but a lot of their stuff is just cash. So, um, which we call under the table. So they probably don't pay a lot of taxes if they do. But I'm not sure if the Amish have my same philosophy on government and stuff, and what it is to be a good American. So they may report every single dime they make and pay taxes on it, um, just to be legit. Bearded Care, what's up? Glad to see you here. Good morning, cuz. Glad to see you, man. I got to wrap this up though. So, all right. Uh, we we touched on some really important stuff today, I think. Number one, about conspiracy theories. We need to keep our minds open, in my opinion. And I'm y'all, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not up here, trying to be some kind of sociological expert or something. But shit hits me, and I'm just, I just use my common damn sense. You know what I mean? And I understand that a lot of y'all say stuff back to me that just never crossed my mind. Okay, so I'm doing y'all the same favor. That's all. One common, just thinking person sharing with another common thinking person. I'm not up here on some high horse trying to talking down to y'all, trying to, tell y'all like it is or whatever. Don't misunderstand this when I say shit, okay? We're just having a conversation. That's all. But in my opinion, people need to stop that kind of thing where if you don't believe one thing, then you're an idiot, right? If you don't believe my way, then you're a fool, and you're not worth talking to. You're not worth discussing. That is what the powers that be want us to do. All right, that's another way of voting against the system, is to just have an open mind toward your fellow citizen in Western civilization. All of us in the West, we need to have an open mind and be more accepting toward each other's ideas, and not just close off because, but people do. People shut all the way down because I say that I'm not 100% sure that Elon Musk is a federal agent, as I said earlier. Okay, I think you're wrong for shutting down like that, but I don't think you're wrong for believing that Elon Musk is a federal agent. I'm just saying the 100% honest truth. I don't know. All right. So yeah, that's something that we need to think about. At least if you want to stay shut down and stay on your side of the fence and keep everybody else on the other side, that's up to you. I'm not like trying to tell people what to do. I'm just saying that maybe we should think about this shit, and maybe we might want to have a little more of an open mind when next time some flat earther starts talking, or somebody says that, hey, I don't know if Elon Musk is an FBI agent. You know what I mean? I don't know. So yeah, let's at least consider the options we have on the table. The second thing is very important. I think that we hear a lot, but everybody just, it goes in one ear and out the other, is voting with our dollar. How so very important it is to vote with our dollar. We've supported companies like Microsoft. You and I have made Bill Gates a multi-billionaire. Now he's doing all this vaccine shit, just putting it in the kid's arm and see what happens. He said that shit, right? Plowing forests under the ground and burying living trees underground. Buying up farmland. He's the largest farmland owner in North America because we all voted with our dollar. We supported Microsoft and made him a billionaire. Now this is the result. This is what we get for our vote. So we need to consider this stuff. We need to consider where we are spending our money. We need to consider that maybe the most convenient purchase isn't the best, not only for ourselves right now, our health and stuff like that, but for the long-term future of Western civilization and our country. Yeah. And we need to think about these things. Yeah, Jared, boomers had a big hand in it. They sure as hell didn't stop it. You know what I mean? They weren't having these kind of conversations here that we were having today. They were having different conversations, and we're seeing the results of that shit. All right. So, as I say goodbye to everybody, I was asked for an address by I've been asked for by several people, so I'm going to give you that. If you want to send something to put on the nostalgia shelf, I'll show you. Here's the address where you can send stuff. So be my guest if you do want to send something for the nostalgia shelf or whatnot, or write me a letter. Sit down and write me a snail mail letter. That'd be awesome. Whatever your case may be. But per request, I got a PO box, and so that's the address. So if any of y'all have an interest in doing that, there it is. And I will say goodbye to my cousin, Bearded Care, Raziel, Jared, Felix, Just Another Guy in the Woods, Arnis. Glad to see you, Arnis, Oliver Rust, Tripwire, Bucky. Who else we got here? Melody, Patrick, KC. We got another Patrick here too somewhere. Wayne Beatty. Did I say Brad Davis already? Yep. Okay. Let's see who else we got. I know we had another Patrick somewhere. Rocker was here. Did I say Arnis? Goodbye to Arnis as well. And for those of you who are new to the channel, I'm scrolling through the comments to find everybody. I like to say goodbye to everybody, but YouTube doesn't give me a very convenient way to do that. Muskogee Land, Armored Ghost, Patrick Bastion, there he is. Goodbye, Patrick. All right, I think I got everybody. If I did not say your name, I apologize. But goodbye to you as well. Goodbye to anybody who is who's watching on TV or something, or just not in the comments, but you're watching, or those of you who watch the show after the live stream, goodbye to you as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for joining the conversation, everyone, and thinking about these things with me. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate your time. And I have a great time hanging out with y'all. So thank you very much. All right. And let's see who, Wayne Beatty. This spiel is for you, Wayne. All right. I know everybody's waiting on the spiel, but this spiel is specifically for Wayne Beatty. I'm dedicating this one to him. All right, Wayne. Y'all have a great day. Thank you very much. And we'll see you. Let's see. Today's Saturday, right? So we'll see members tomorrow morning for the members video. And then tomorrow afternoon is our big show at 2-hour show at 4 p.m. All right. So everybody, thanks. And see you tomorrow. Have a good one. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, it's only $2.99 a month, and I'll put that link down in the description, or you can head over to the channel page and become a member that way. But I really appreciate all the support from the members out there. This is the members banner here. And I really appreciate these people. They support the channel directly through memberships, and it helps out a lot. So thank you very much to all the members. If you're interested in Genex gear, we got some pretty cool stuff over there at Redbubble. Genex things and Genex branded stuff, t-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, hoodies, all kinds of stuff. But I'll leave that link down in the description too for any of you who are interested. If you have any ideas for future episodes of Genex Things, please put those down in the comments, or you can email us, and the email is genxthings@gmail.com. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.